Individuality, the trademark of any artist, designer, or architect. Each desires a uniqueness to their creation, a quality that separates it from any other. Man naturally has this individuality, his fingerprint. There are 7.7 billion people on the face of the earth, and no two fingerprints are the same. Everything we touch or make contact with is branded with a small expressed image revealing to all who see it who was there. Around 1200 AD, a man named Leonardo Pisano, better known as Fibonacci, who was a famous mathematician from the Republic of Pisa, considered to be the most talented mathematician of the Middle Ages, Pisano discovered a sequence of numbers that created a very interesting pattern. The sequence begins with the numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and continues indefinitely. Each number is obtained by adding the last two digits together. A rectangle with the length and width of any two of the numbers of this sequence forms what is known as the golden rectangle, a perfect rectangle. A golden rectangle can be broken down into squares, the size of the next Fibonacci numbers down and below. If we were to take a perfect or a golden rectangle, break it down into smaller squares based on Fibonacci's sequence, and divide each with an arc, the patterns begin to take shape. We begin to see Fibonacci's spiral. The spiral in and of itself is insignificant. Its importance is revealed in where we find it. Take, for example, the sunflower. The display of its florets are in perfect spirals of 55, 34, and 21, the sequence of Fibonacci. The fruitlets of the pineapple create the same spiral based on the sequence. The pine cone does the same. As currents move through the ocean and the tide rolls onto the shore, the waves that bring in the tide curve into a spiral that can be mathematically diagrammed onto a plot at the points 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and 55. Buds on trees, sand dollars, starfish, petals on flowers, and especially the nautilus shell are formed with this exact same blueprint. With each segment of growth, the nautilus adds to itself one more value on Fibonacci scale. This blueprint can be seen around us on a small scale every day. But the greatest example of all is directly above our heads. Even the spiral of the celestial bodies above us are formed with the exact design that the tiny shell is formed. This sequence or blueprint appears to be the trademark of a designer, a proof of a creator, something left behind, indicating the one who was there, a fingerprint. As we scan our universe, from the tiny flower to the celestial bodies above, we see the fingerprint of God. Now, this mathematical sequence was discovered in 1100 AD, and it's been hidden from us. They do not teach you this in public school. Now I'm going to switch the camera around and show you how this works really quick. Okay, we start the sequence out with a simple rectangle, and then we make smaller rectangles within that rectangle. Okay, now here's the sequence. 1 plus 1 equals 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5, 3 plus 5 equals 8. And the sequence can just continue on indefinitely. There's no end to it. We can just keep adding to it, and it just keeps growing larger and larger. 8 and 13 is 21. And you start your spiral going from the first number outward, and that is the Fibonacci sequence. And this simple little mathematical sequence proves that there's a creator. And there's a reason why the government would not allow this, well, actually not allow it. They won't fund this sequence to be taught in public schools. Even though it was discovered almost 1,000 years ago, there's a reason why they will not fund this mathematical sequence to be taught in school. For one, it proves there's only one creator. one fingerprint who created everything, because everything, every design created lines up with this sequence. And if they taught that in school, it would wake a lot of people up, and they'd be like, well, wait a minute. Everything on Earth has this same mathematical design, all the way down to our own DNA.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير.
رسول الله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم قال: إن الله يحب إذا عمل أحدكم عملا أن يتقنه. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, indeed Allah loves if someone does something that he perfects it. What is Big Bang Theory in short? The short answer: the Big Bang is how astronomers explain the way the universe began. It's the idea that the universe began as just a single point, then expanded and stretched to grow as large as it is right now, and it's still stretching. ما هو الانفجار الكوني العظيم باختصار؟ الانفجار الكوني هو ما يستخدمه علماء الفضاء في شرح كيف بدأ الكون. هو فكرة إن الكون نشأ كنقطة واحدة ثم توسع وامتد لينمو ويصل لحجمه الحالي، وهو ما زال يتمدد. Who discovered the Big Bang Theory? George Lemaitre. He lived from 1894 till 1966. He was a Belgian cosmologist, Catholic priest, and father of the Big Bang Theory. من اكتشف نظرية الانفجار الكوني العظيم؟ جورج ليميتري. عاش من 1894 ل 1966. كان عالم أكوان بلجيكي، قس كاثوليكي، وأبو نظرية الانفجار الكوني العظيم.
أولم يرى الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي أفلا يؤمنون.
What does it mean when we say the universe is expanding? When scientists talk about the expanding universe, they mean that it has been growing ever since its beginning with the Big Bang. لما بيتكلم العلماء عن اتساع الكون بيقصدوا إن حجمه في زيادة منذ البداية عند الانفجار الكوني العظيم. The universe, since forming some 13.7 billion years ago in the Big Bang, it has been expanding. الكون في اتساع من تكوينه من حوالي 13.7 مليار سنة وقت الانفجار الكوني. Who figured this out? The American astronomer Edwin Hubble made the observations in 1925 and was the first to prove that the universe is expanding. مين صاحب الاكتشاف؟ عالم الفضاء الأمريكي إدوين هابل سجل ملاحظته في 1925 وكان أول من أثبت أن الكون يتسع.
والسماء بنيناها بأيد وإنا لموسعون.
What is underneath a mountain? The most important point is that mountains have roots that extend downward into the mantle beneath the mountain range. The roots are in general about 5.6 times deeper than the height of the range itself. ماذا يوجد تحت الجبال؟ أهم نقطة أن للجبال جذور تمتد نزولا إلى طبقة تسمى الوشاح، والجذور عموما تكون أعمق بحوالي 5.6 مرة من ارتفاع الجبل نفسه.
ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا.
The role of mountain as stabilizer is proved, and scientific research found that mountain's root helps in reducing the speed of lithosphere, thus decreasing the impact. The process of isostasy helps to maintain the stability of the earth by maintaining the mountain position. الجبال واستقرار الأرض. الأرض ودور الجبال كمثبتات لها تم إثباته عندما اكتشف البحث العلمي أن جذور الجبال تساعد في تخفيف سرعة الليثوسفير الغلاف الصخري الخارجي للأرض، وبالتالي تخفف من أثرها. عملية الأيزوستاسي أو التوازن تساعد على استقرار الأرض بحفاظ الجبل على مكانه. What if there were no mountains? If Earth's mountains were magically instantly removed, there would be immediate repercussions. All that stone has mass, and the crust beneath, which has been pressed into the mantle, would rebound, causing worldwide earthquakes. Volcanoes would erupt because their plugs of stone got removed or weakened. ايه اللي يحصل لو لم تكن هناك جبال؟ لو بشكل ما تم إزالة كل جبال الأرض هيكون في نتائج فورية. لكل الأحجار دي كتلة، والقشرة الأرضية المضغوطة تحتها هترتد بما يسبب زلازل عالمية. البراكين ستنفجر بما أن غطائها تم إزالته أو إضعافه.
وألقى في الأرض رواسي أن تميد بكم وأنهارا وسبلا لعلكم تهتدون. سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق. أولم يكف بربك أنه على كل شيء شهيد.